Smithwicks and Sons, Ireland, Red Ale, 4.5% alcohol. It is a ruby red brew with a gentle hop bitterness and a sweet malt finish. Brewed by Guinness and Company, St. James Gate, Dublin 8, Ireland. Let's give it a shot. There's something about this beer that kind of reminded me of a Newcastle at first, but that's a brown ale, whereas the red ale just kind of reminds me of almost like a Killian's. There's something very distinct about the Irish beers that you get, and this is no different. This comes off straight as, once you read it, once you understand it's an Irish beer, and you drink it, it's almost like a refamiliarization. It's very distinct. It's very noticeable, and it's good. It really is smooth. There's not much of a bite behind it. It advertises that it's bitter, but it's really not. It's a very nice flavor ale, almost toned back a tad. It doesn't have an over exaggerated bite or bitterness behind it. You get that ale flavor, but it's almost numbed down just a little bit, where that makes it smooth. And there's nothing special about this beer. There's nothing crazy thrown in. It's just a red ale. It's kind of like a toned back version of a red ale, and it's nice. This isn't bad. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect when I grabbed it and took a sip of it. Yeah, and it's almost kind of light. It's almost like a light ale. Not the color, but I mean like the heaviness. I'm still a little confused as to what I'm getting out of this. Again, it being light, there's not a whole hell of a lot of flavor, but there's some good flavor there. If you had ales before and you get that over exaggerated bite and that bitterness behind it, this isn't going to do that to you. So I would recommend that you go to something like this. So in order to avoid that, what you don't like in other ales, I would probably see this as a warm month beer, to be honest. Warm or cool month beer. I wouldn't neglect saying that this is a year-round beer. But because of how light it is, and there are better options in the winter months and the colder months, this would not be bad on a hot day. It's light enough that you could drink it on a hot day, but it's heavy enough. No, it's light enough that you could drink it on a hot day. I could see drinking 3 or 4 of these. Again, there's nothing overly sweet about it. There's nothing overly ale-y about it. There's nothing overly bitter about it. There's no extreme fruit flavors that you're going to get with it. So I think that improves its drinkability. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 6. It was different. Again, there's nothing superb about it, but there's nothing extremely negative that I have to say about it. This was an okay beer, and I hate that sounds negative. It's not. It's just it's a beer. Again, nothing crazy about it. Nothing negative about it. So again, that's Smithwicks Red Ale, 4.5% alcohol. Hey guys, if you like that, why don't you head on over to my YouTube channel where I do more beer reviews, where I do all the drinking and you do all the listening and judging. I don't know how that's fair, but you're welcome.